In this video, we'll be looking at the projectiles or motion in 2 dimensions involving gravity. So these are the ones that we'll be looking at. So if you check out the first question says a ball is thrown from the top of the building toward a tall building which is 50 meters away. The initial velocity of the ball is 20 and it was thrown at 40 seconds above the horizontal. The question says how far or below its original level will the ball strike the opposite wall. So in this situation, they are trying to ask us to calculate the velocity or the displacement from the above, which is this point, and the below. So this is the one which they're asking us to calculate. So what do we do when you have this type of the question? Now let's look at the things that you have been given first of all. What exactly have been given? We've been given the theta, which is 40. We've also been given the displacement, which is 50 meters. Which displacement in the x-axis? Which is that. Then we have also been given the initial velocity, which is 20. So this initial velocity, which is 20 here, it was thrown in the x-axis and the y-axis. Why am I saying that? Because it was thrown at a certain angle. So meaning that we need to find the velocity that is in the x-axis and the velocity that is in the y-axis. So how do we do that one? We have to say cos theta here. So what is the initial velocity? Is 20 cos 40. Even this side it will be sine theta like that. So it will be 20 sine 40. So what you do there, 20 cos 40. What is 20 cos 40? The answer that you get, it will be 15.3 meters per second. Then the other one, it will be what? The other one will be 12.9 meters per second. So this is the velocity that is in the x-axis, and this is the velocity that is in the y-axis. Now from there, we need to calculate the time that this object it took from this time, from there where it was thrown up to after striking the another building, which is this side. So how do we do that one? Since this is the x-axis, meaning that it will be displacement equal to VIT. That's velocity initial times time. So what was the displacement? It was 50. It was thrown in the x-axis with what velocity? You get this one, which is 15.3. Then you divide. Meaning it will be what? 50 divided by 15.3. So your answer will be what? Your answer will be 3.27 seconds. So this is your answer there, right? Then after doing that, we need now to calculate the displacement or the distance that is from here above and below. So how do we do that one? That's where we have to put this now. So what was the initial displacement? This is 0. Initial velocity in the y-axis. It is this part that is initial velocity in the y-axis, which is this part here. So it will be what? It will be 12. What was the time that it took? 3.27 minus 1 over 2. What is the acceleration? The acceleration is due to gravity. And what's the time? 3.27. Then you square. So it will be 0 here plus, when you multiply there, you shall get 42.183 minus, when you multiply this side again, you shall get 52.9. 2.45. So what will be the answer? The answer will be negative 10.3 meters. It's negative due to it was coming down, so that is the answer which they're just looking at there. Okay, now let's look at the other one. So on the other one, they're saying that a projectile is fired at an angle of 60 degrees with the initial velocity of 100 meters per second. Find the time of the set. Time of the set, it will be v sine theta, like that. Here, what is the speed? It's 100. Sine, what's the angle? 60. Over, this is over g, right? 9.81. So what will be the answer there? The answer there, it will be 8.83 seconds. That's the first one. Then the second one, time of the flight is 2v sine theta over g. So 2 times 100, then sine 60 over 9.81. So meaning that your answer there, it will be what? 17.7 seconds. What is the other one? The other one, it is asking us to calculate the maximum height. So how do we calculate the maximum height? H equal to, that is v sine theta, then squared over 2g. So meaning that it will be 100 sine 60 squared over 2, 9.81. So on that one, you shall get the answer to be 382.3 meters. That's how we calculate that one. That's all. Okay, now what are they also asking? Calculating the range. So we are calculating now the range. The range, which is in question 4. The range, it will be 2v, oh sorry, not that one, v squared sine 2 theta over g. So the range, meaning that what is that is 100, right? Squared sine 2 times theta, which is what? Times 60 over 9.81. So there your answer is 882.8 meters, like that. Okay, how about the other one? The other one, the maximum range. The maximum range, the way you calculate the maximum range, it will be r equal to v squared over g. That is 100 squared over 9.81, meaning that it will be 194, like that, right? So that is how you answer that one. How about the velocity with which it will strike on the ground? So there you need to calculate the velocity in the x-axis, which is v cos theta, and in the y-axis again. So that one, it will be 100 cos 60. Then this side it is 100 sine 60. So there, what's the answer? When you do that, you shall get 50, and this side you shall get 86.6, like that. Then from there now you find the magnitude of the both, which is the velocity in the x-axis you squared plus the velocity in the y-axis also squared, equal to, you say 50 there squared 86.6 squared. Then you shall find your answer to be 99.99, which is just same as 100 what? Meters per second. Okay, now let's look at this one. The projectile is fired horizontally with a speed of 30. How long will it take to strike the level ground at the base of the cliff? So in this situation, remember that they've said the velocity was fired horizontally. So that is the velocity that is in the what? X-axis. What is the velocity in the y-axis? It will be 0, because they've said that they fired the projectile horizontally with that speed. So meaning that the velocity there in the x-axis is 30, but in the y-axis is 0. So what you have are velocity in the x-axis and the velocity in the y-axis, which is 0. So the question says, how long will it take to strike the level ground at the base of the cliff? So what you do there is you say final displacement equal to initial displacement plus VIT minus 1/2 AT squared. So what's the final velocity? Displacement is 0 there because we don't know exact, but how about initial? It's 8 plus initial velocity in the y-axis, it is what? 0. Then the gravity 981 time there.